Tukul Buratai has commended the management of the Nigerian Defense Academy for upholding standards and discipline in the training of Army cadets. He gave the commendation while at the 2016 battle inoculation at the Table Hill, Kachia in Kaduna State. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has the report.
This is not a battleground, but it is a demonstration, a training ground that prepares soldiers for effective battleground operation, a testimony that the Nigerian Army is battle ready, anytime, anywhere. The event is an avenue to stimulate battle noise and to test the effectiveness of the weapon handling skills of the Army cadets of 63 regular course from the Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna.
They must be up to date, not necessarily getting the basic military training only, but they must be up to date in terms of their current affairs, in terms of the global trends. They must be current in ICT.
There were 84 cadets at the inception of this course 63 in 2011.
Presently, Army cadets of 62 regular course are 60 in number. 24 others have either been relegated or withdrawn. They are scheduled to pass out on the 24th of September if they meet the requirements for commission.
The Chief of Army Staff who left the Nigerian Defense Academy 33 years ago also tested his weapon handling skills. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
The Buhari Media Support Group has appealed to the Bring Back Our Girls advocacy group to put off its proposed demonstration to the presidential villa to avoid needless complications capable of undermining the efforts of the government to rescue the girls safely. A statement issued by the secretary to the group, Kasid Madueke, appeals to Bring Back Our Girls campaign group to encourage the government in its silent approach to overcome the Boko Haram insurgents, which will ultimately lead to the safe rescue of the girls. The statement adds that any protest will only advance the propaganda agenda of the Boko Haram bandits. A retreat on strategic planning and change management to refocus the Nigerian Immigration Service has ended in Kano. As at its commencement, Minister of Interior Abdul Rahman Dambazau affirmed federal government's readiness to give the service a robust outlook to compete favorably with its counterparts across the globe. Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports.
The Nigeria Immigration Service is holding the retreat against the backdrop of its current operational performance, as well as challenges that are in establishment. The retreat is deliberating on issues of migration, ease of doing business in Nigeria, passport and visa regime, border security, tackling corruption, among others.
Indeed, I find the theme both topical and timely, especially in the light of the downstream socio-economic and security challenges.
Controller General of Nigeria Immigration Service, Muhammad Babandede, regretted that with ineffective service delivery and the influx of foreigners to the country, the service cannot provide efficient service.
We equally believe that there are thousands and millions of Nigerians abroad. For us to do that, we must shun corruption. We must ensure that service is delivered efficiently, effectively.
The theme of the retreat is Nigeria as Hope for Trade Investment and Tourism, repositioning Nigeria Immigration Service for effective and efficient border and migration management. From Kano, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
The All Progressives Congress has assured all aspirants contesting the Ondo State governorship election that there will be no imposition of candidate in the election of the standard bearer for the party. At a meeting with all the aspirants in Abuja, the APC National Chairman, Chief John Odige Oyegun, assured of fair play to all aspirants.
There is nothing wrong in anybody, member of the party or even non-member, endorsing any of the aspirants. We have also accepted unanimously that there will be no attempt on the part of the party to impose any aspirant on the party and on the electorate of Ondo State.
Correspondent Ablahi Garba Kudu reports that 23 aspirants are jostling for the APC ticket in the Ondo State's November 2016 governorship election. And as part of activities lined up to mark Lagos State at 50, the third in the series of festivals colloquium has been staged in Lagos. Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed commended Lagos State government for promoting culture and tourism. Anthony Forson was there for us.
The festival, which has as its theme tourism potentials in Yoruba land, landmarks, culture and history, was characterized by cultural dances and a premiere of a film that told the story of Lagos. Titled Eko, the Reign of the Obas, it chronicled the life and times of all Lagos Obas. Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed Festival Colloquium, noting that the festival is in line with the federal government's resolve to promote the sector.
Nigeria has no choice but to look for other viable means of earning needed resources for developmental purposes and to generate employment for its teeming youth.
Oni of Ife, Oba Ade Enitan Ogunwusi, called for more of such events as it remains the bonding factor of a people.
That is the easiest and the greatest assets that we have to foster development, to eradicate poverty, and to further emancipate the less privileged, the downtrodden of the society.
Chairman of the occasion and former governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, commended the producers of the film, saying they have documented for posterity the history of the Yoruba nation. In Lagos, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
The long-awaited Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Commission, established to provide respite to communities often ravaged by overflow of dams in Nigeria, will soon become operational. This is the fallout of a meeting by governors of the affected states to further look into the extant act with a view to constituting a governing board that will oversee effective running of the commission. Fatima Ali reports.
The Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission Bill was signed into law in 2010. The non-accessibility of the fund meant for the Commission from 2013 due to lack of management team has continued to hinder the operations of the Commission, causing untold hardship, loss of lives, land and property of the community along the River Niger. The meeting therefore resolved to find lasting solution for the smooth takeoff of the Commission within the shortest possible time.
It was disclosed that the amendment has gone to second reading, and I think we have agreed to work closely together with the members of the National Assembly so we can move the process forward.
The states needs to do more in order to maintain competitiveness, in order to make it easy for investors in the hydroelectric power sector to complete environmental impact assessment quickly.
Power is very necessary, especially in this change mantra.
Whatever it is that concerns the aspect of the bill, for either amendments or anything, I want to assure you the National Assembly is 100% in support.
It is my hope that the perennial problem of shortage of power supply, disasters such as lead poisoning, flooding and erosion will soon be a thing of the past as soon as the Commission fully takes off.
States under the Commission comprised of Kebbi, Kwara, its secretariat located in Minna, Niger State. Fatima Ali, NTA News.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has commended the federal government's policies on agriculture, which are expected to increase food production. Chief Obasanjo was speaking when he visited Governor Muhammad Umar Jibrila of Adamawa State. Riano Bala reports.
General Olusegun Obasanjo said the federal government's policies and initiatives on agriculture of empowering farmers and other incentives is to enable many people go back to farm and ensure food security. He explained that with the increase in food production and creating enabling environment for investors, poverty and other socio-economic challenges will be reduced.
Now, the talk of agribusiness, talking from land and equipment for land, clearing, land preparation up to the food on the table.
The former president also commended Governor Muhammad Umar Jibril of Adamawa State for the infrastructural development in the state, despite the dwindling resources. Governor Muhammad Umar Jibril, who thanked Obasanjo for the visit, commended the effort of President Muhammadu Buhari at restoring peace in the 3 states of Northeast affected by insurgency.
Thanking our president, President Muhammadu Buhari, who has put all his commitment to see the Northeast has come back to his former limelight. And today, in Adamawa State, nobody can tell us what is peace.
In Yola, Rayanu Bala, NTA News.
Concerned by the high concentration of waste in Karu area of Nasarawa State, which sometimes leads to flooding, the Nasarawa State government has launched a sustainable community-based sanitation exercise. Correspondent Abdullah Garba Ibn reports that Governor Umaru Tanko Almakura flagged off the exercise to cover the entire state.
A typical example of refuse dumped indiscriminately in Karu in Nasarawa State, but located very close to Abuja, which many say is an eyesore. The new initiative, as launched by Governor Umaru Tanko Almakura, will be community-based, involving traders, community leaders and tipper drivers supporting the exercise. Government has also provided refuse dumps with a marching order to ensure supervision and compliance using the community leaders.
We want to see that we use this initiative to ensure that people try to participate willingly, voluntarily, to tell people please not to dump refuse on the roads or on areas that are not earmarked. We will insist on sanitation being carried out, but at the same time there should be a deliberate policy, a planned action.
On hand to support the governor is the Minister of State Environment, Ibrahim Usman Jibril, who pledged federal government's intervention to
must be involved. Garbage collection is not the issue of monthly environmental sanitation. You don't keep your house dirty until at the end of the month. You must have to clean every day because you generate waste every day.
Karu has large concentration of traders and civil servants. Abdullahi Garba Brunonkudu, NTA News.
Mathematics has been described as the bedrock of science and technology, without which experts say no nation can attain its desired development. This was the submission of guests at a book launch titled Rapid Success in Mathematics. Adibala Brooklyn Sunday reports.
Mathematics, analysts say, is much more than just the science of numbers, quantities and shapes, but also the study of ideas that has contributed immeasurably to the development of most developed nations. Research has it that most students who fail mathematics examination do so from fear of the 11-letter word subjects. It is in the light of this that the author, Akindele Dolamu Wasiu, wrote the book for rapid success in mathematics.
All the topics have been treated without leaving anything behind. So, my belief is any serious student that is able to go through this book is already successful.
As a revisional material and as a learning tool, it will certainly make them reach the goals and the levels they want to attain.
There is no nation that develops without science, and there is no science without mathematics. The civil servant is actually taking his time to write this kind of book that will be of benefit to our children, our children's children. And this is the kind of epic civil servant we're talking about.
The author described mathematics as climbing a mountain with a guide along a trail someone else has laid.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has commenced the transportation of pilgrims' Zamzam water to Nigeria from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The move, according to the Commission's Chief Executive, Abdullahi Mukhtar Mohammed, is to ease the problem of pilgrims from carrying excess luggage when the return leg of the Hajj airlift commences after the Hajj. With this development, pilgrims don't have to bother themselves carrying 5-liter gallons of Zamzam water back to Nigeria, as they will receive such on arrival. A statement by the Media Relations Officer of the Commission, Adamu Hassan Abdullahi, says so far Zamzam has been delivered to Gombe, Maiduguri, Lagos, Kaduna and Kano departure zones ahead of the pilgrims' return. Meanwhile, over 30,000 pilgrims have so far been airlifted to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the pilgrimage. And you are watching Weekend File on the network service of the NGA. You can also watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can also download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. And now to the show for tonight. Is erecting speed breakers the best way to check overspeeding and accidents on Nigerian roads? This has remained a question on the lips of many Nigerians, going by the nuisance the indiscriminate erection of speed breakers has been constituting. Apart from the lawful and genuine ones constructed by those charged with that responsibility, there are cases where residents of communities near highways and other roads set up barriers of all sorts in the name of speed bumps to check accidents. What are the required standards for erecting speed breakers, and how could traffic regulations be enforced to achieve desired objective? These and more after the break.
Successful political change must begin to improve people's daily lives. That is the democracy dividend Nigerians have waited for. But no one should expect that all the damage done over a generation can be undone in a year. Real change demands perseverance and patience. It demands openness to honorable compromise and cooperation. It demands support on a constant basis from the people of Nigeria and from your friends abroad. That does not mean being patient with corruption or injustice, but to give up hope because change comes slowly would only be to hand a victory to those who do not want to change at all. Remember something we Americans have learned in over 224 years of experience with democracy. A work in progress.
Chilling alone isn't such a bad idea, but imagine how much fun you'll have when you call your peeps across all networks for only 11 kobo per second. Or even better, you could turn up the place with 1 gigabyte for just 500 naira to blaze tracks on tracks on tracks with your squad. And that ain't nothing. With 50 naira only for 1.5 gigabyte, you can share the dopest flicks with your day ones. And keep the selfies trending all week long. Still wondering why the flyers keep on fleek on Airtel Smart Drive? Dial star 312 hash to find out.
Airtel, the smartphone network. Bayes University Abuja offers world-class education, uninterrupted academic session, and promising degrees for a sustainable job. Bayes University Abuja is affordable and delivers quality with experienced international staff, superb facilities, overseas external examiners, and a serene academic atmosphere. We offer quality and affordable education, and students are within easy reach of their parents here at Bayes University Abuja. So learn to live at Bayes University for a brighter future. For more information, visit our website at www.bayesuniversity.edu.ng or call 081 3376 9657 or 081 3376 9658. Bayes University Abuja. Learn to live. Get ready to move on up with Echo. More ATMs across Africa than any other bank, so there's always one closer to you.
the freedom to pay with a card instead of cash. To bank with your mobile anytime, anywhere. Or send money thousands of miles in a flash. Plus, smart ways to save and invest so your children can move on up too. And trust EcoBank to help with the things that matter most. Visit us online today and move on up with EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Morning, morning, hi, morning,
Good morning.
Hey, how you today? How are you? Morning, my son.
Hello, what's up?
Welcome, man.
Yo.
Good morning. How are you?
Everybody is coming back to campus and nobody wants to leave because with Glow Campus Data Booster, you get 10 times the value of your data while on campus. That means 10 times your chatting, browsing, pinging, and more.
Who are these people? Come on, get this. What the?
With Glow Campus Data Booster, you get 10 times the value of your recharge in data and talk time while on campus. Dial *777# and choose your campus booster plan.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
It's truck month at Ford and we've got a Ranger just for you, Vincent. Here's the Workhorse 2.5 petrol single cab with free Ford Protect, a 4-year 120,000 with 800mm water wading capability. Available in manual transmission and with free Ford Protect. So while stocks last, visit Kostaris Motors today. Because, wait for it, thanks Vincent, we've got a tough Ford Ranger just for you.
Digital technology and information is changing the world. For our children to stay ahead and compete globally, they must evolve from being users to creators of technology. Digital Peers International, in conjunction with partners, is organizing the 16th edition of Digitest, tagged ITpreneurship, a roadmap to a sustainable future for children aged 8 to 18 years and school teachers. Dates: August 24th to September 2nd, 2016, Abuja. Kids will be taught on how to code, design and build mobile and desktop apps. For registration and participation, visit www.digitalpeers.org or call the numbers on your screen. The digital revolution has already begun. Do not allow your kids to be left out.
If we have lost the opportunity of 15 years, let us no longer lose any opportunity for the future. Our alternative is agriculture immediately and solid minerals.
We should be appreciative of the president who has again diverted attention to this issue of agriculture.
The present administration is determined to go back to planning, identify priorities beforehand. When money comes, it is applied to that purpose.
Especially for our children and our grandchildren.
Well, you're welcome back to the program. Speed breakers are designed to slow down or break the speed of vehicles, particularly in densely populated areas. This is with a view to reducing accidents involving pedestrians. Contrary to this objective, the abuse of speed bumps is now on the increase. In this report, Ismail Musa examines the implication.
Speed bumps or speed breakers are usually made of concrete, asphalt, or plastic material. They are erected or placed on roads to reduce or break the speed of vehicles. This is with a view to improving safety on roads to enhance the safety of pedestrians in densely populated area or in marketplaces and schools. Cases of indiscriminate erection of speed bumps on highways without recourse to standards is now a source of concern to motorists and the Federal Road Safety Commission.
When you are trying to save lives, you want to save some lives, you don't have to endanger some other lives. That is in a situation where you putting bombs so that vehicles will not hit or knock down people. And at the end of the day, a vehicle coming on speed, maybe 100 kilometers per hour, it will suddenly get into that bombs, jumping into it, and somersaulting. What you are preventing would eventually happen.
In some places, lots of woods and stones are being used as speed breakers.
The categories of things that can break speed on the road, a lot, that are actually advisable, that are recommended, but not without the authority.
A task force was set up about 4 years ago by the then Federal Ministry of Works, comprising the police and other paramilitary, but could not be sustained due to poor funding. Most of the roads where speed bumps have been erected is either there are no road signs, or where these road signs exist, they have been abused. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
And from Lagos comes a report that non-compliance with safety standards and specifications when providing speed bumps have resulted in various sizes and types that are bound across the metropolis. Musa Toliat in this report takes a look at the implications of indiscriminate provision of speed bumps and the way forward.
Speed bumps are designed to improve pedestrian safety and reduce road crashes occasioned by overspeeding and reckless driving. Although the asphalt and rubber speed bumps are the common types found in most parts of the state, the rubber type, which guarantees high visibility to motorists, are not widespread. In some places where they are installed, the speed bumps have however become flattened and weather-beaten. One major challenge faced by motorists and commuters is the provision of speed bumps by individuals and community development associations without recourse to specifications and safety standards. Such bumps were constructed without inputs from government.
In my area, I've noticed that mostly around schools you find they have speed breakers, but I think the schools put them there themselves because it wasn't the government.
Some communities do come out like this and they just go and start to the road, bring cement and now go and do their own speed breaker the way they understand it. That's not correct, it's not proper.
This unwholesome practice, some residents say, is the cause of road crashes on feeder roads and damages to vehicles.
Traveling to places that they have not been moving frequently.
There are those who believe that enlightenment campaign on the need for residents to work with government where speed bumps are required must be introduced.
The government, they have experts who have to consider both the cars and the environment where the thing is to be put in place.
Community associations, resident associations, they should learn to do things properly, to approach the government, approach the appropriate agency. In the case, as we are discussing now, the State Ministry of Works.
In Lagos for NTA Weekend File, I am Musa Tolian.
From Lokoja, the Kogi state capital, Onotu Yakub reports that the trend is fast spreading, especially within the city center.
Speed breakers are traffic calming devices to improve safety on the roads.
If you are not knowledgeable about how to construct the bumps, the possibility is that you create more problems than what you are trying to prevent.
Some area where you see speed bump is too high. Before you know that, your car will be scratching.
In Lokoja, for instance, the trend is on the rise as speed breakers are erected on a number of roads, busy streets, government reserve areas, worship centers, and along public institutions. The question is, who regulates the erection of speed breakers and what is the acceptable standard?
The order is supposed to give by Ministry of Works in a very place where the bump is necessary.
Federal Ministry of Works that determines the standard the correct standard to put in place.
Some people will just pack concrete and just pour it on the road, dragging our tires of our car, damaging our tires. That is not the issue.
Stakeholders are of the fear that the trend can also constitute risk to road users if not properly regulated.
Especially in the night like this, some of them will not know that there is a bomb in such a place. I won't advise that they shouldn't have it, but they should limit it.
Kogi State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Ogochukwu Ogboma, told Weekend File that the sector has marshaled out strategies to immediately clear illegal and indiscriminate speed bumps on traffic roads across the state, particularly those making use of logs of woods in the local communities. In Lokoja, Onotu Yakub, NTA Weekend File.
Motorists in parts of the southeast have described inappropriate bumps on highways as death traps, especially to unsuspecting road users who may not be familiar with the terrain. Shegon Aro tells us more.
Some highways in the south in form of bumps and logs of wood erected by communities that are located along such highways. These bumps come in different heights and sizes, thereby causing damages to low bumper vehicles. Some motorists confirmed being victims of such speed breakers, describing them as dangerous.
Speed breakers and bumps, illegal ones, the ones you are not expecting as a motorist, can cause havoc on the road. It may even cause an accident instead of preventing.
It shouldn't be so. There should be an authority, an agency, Ministry of Transport, should ensure that bumps come up only where they are absolutely necessary. So there should be a signboard warning motorists that you are going to come up to bumps.
I was running a trailer on the back. I didn't even know. I expecting the road was good. So I went into the bump and it spoiled my bike. So I'm just praying that the government should just help us out and repair those roads that are not good.
Those who use these highways regularly are of the opinion that the federal government should do something urgently to clear such traps on the highway, while some motorists suggest that such communities be cautioned as such speed breakers have no warning signs and no schools or churches located around the bump areas. In Enugu, Chiegonu Aro reporting for Weekend File.
Thank you, Chegono. Now, let's hear from Abbas Meikano, who now updates us with the situation in Bauchi State.
High speed of road users is one of the factors that led to the construction of speed bumps to minimize the cases of road accidents.
There are hundreds of these speed bumps mounted on the Nigerian highways in this part of the country. You will find them in busy areas like villages, schools, and what have you.
But to visitors or those that are not familiar with the roads, the speed breakers might be dangerous looking at their designs and distance in between. Most of them do not have road signs warning drivers of their presence on the road.
Speed bumps do more harm than good.
According to the Bauchi State Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, the minimum distance between one speed bump and the next should be between 100 to 50 meters, depending on the terrain, while their design should be sloped to avoid causing damage to the vehicles.
It's supposed to be wide and sloped to climb it gradually, and then going down, it will go down gradually, not suddenly.
You see these bumps, you have to match your brake many times. Before you know it, the brake pad runs out. These speed bumps pose our shock observers. What we used to repair on our cars after 2 months, we now have to repair on monthly basis.
While members of communities residing by the roadside support the construction of these speed bumps, too much. In Bauchi, Abbas Mekano, NTA News.
This is Weekend File, taking a closer look at the erection of speed breakers across Nigerian highways. Next is the discussion segment in just a moment.
Guys, TGIF! TGIF!
TGIF!
TGIF!
See you later! See you later!
Now the real turn-up is online. Thank Glow, it's Friday. Now you can enjoy 3 gigabytes for 500 naira plus 100 naira free talk time every weekend with the Glow Weekend Plan. Dial *777#.
Hello, Steve. Phone again now.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Xiaomi M5 Plus with a 50-20 milliampere battery that lets you play for up to 3 days on a single charge. Xiaomi M5 Plus, always in power.
Chilling. How much fun you'll have when you call your peeps across all networks for only 11 kobo per second. Or even better, you could turn up the place with 1 gigabyte for just 500 naira to blaze tracks on tracks on tracks with your squad. And that ain't nothing. With 50 naira only for 1.5 gigabyte, you can share the dopest flicks with your day ones. And keep the selfies trending all week long. Still wondering why the flyers speeds are on fleek on Airtel Smart Drive? Dial *312# to find out.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Across the 6 geopolitical zones in the country, the Future Assured Project, an initiative of Her Excellency, wife of the President, Aisha Muhammad Buhari, is restoring hope to millions of Nigerian women and children.
Future Assured, assuring the lives of women and children. For women and children, great future starts today and now.
Future Assured, the progressive future for women and children.
Supports the Future Assured initiative. Email programs@futureassured.org.ng.
Future Assured is about our generation.
Future Assured for you and I.
Future Assured, promoting and protecting the lives of Nigerian women and children. Nigerians. Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
And thanks for staying with us up till this moment. And now joining me here in the studio is Mr. Augustine Olowoneo, of course, the Assistant Director, Highways Planning and Development in the Federal Ministry of Power, Housing, and Works and Housing.
Works and Housing.
Yes. So you're welcome to Weekend File.
Thank you very much.
Good. Now, indiscriminate erection of speed breakers is quite unlawful, And may we know what the standards are, and what, of course, is the specification for the erection of all these bombs, and what about positioning of the bombs themselves?
Thank you very much. I would like to start by informing you that what you are seeing on our roads are speed bombs. See, there are 3 types of speed bombs. We have speed bombs for low speed roads. Then we have humps for medium speed roads. And then we have rumble strips for high speed roads. The ones that you are seeing on our roads are not supposed to be there. They are meant for roads that you have, maybe you can travel on 8, 10, 15 kilometers. And then humps are for low density roads in low density areas, whereby vehicle can go at 25 kilometers, 30 kilometers, and just cross over them without being bounced off the road. What is supposed to be on our highways are rumble strips. And these are warning signs to tell you that you are approaching an area whereby there is danger. Either a sharp bend, or you are approaching a school, or you are approaching a town, or you are approaching an hospital. So most of what you are seeing on our roads are not supposed to be there at all. They are illegal. The Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing do not construct speed bombs on our highways.
Now, Toby, let's be very factual here now, because there are ones that are so well constructed, so beautifully made, even to show that it may have come from the firms responsible for the construction of the road itself, because of the way it is quite well embedded on the road. So now, you say they're illegal. Which one is legal? Because even across Abuja city, there are many of them.
The ones that are legal are what we call rumble strips.
How are they supposed to look like? Made of what? Is it asphalt or concrete, as case may be?
They can be made of asphalt, concrete, or synthetic materials. Their heights will not bounce a vehicle off the road. It will only give you warning signs. Because when you go over them, you cannot bounce off the road. It will only instill in you that you are approaching an area whereby you have to slow down your vehicle.
All right, it is on record really that many Nigerian drivers are not very good drivers, in terms of having respect for traffic regulations. The speed is very high. Today, Nigeria is being rated as number 2 when it comes to accident rate in the entire universe, and it's not a palatable thing to hear. Now, our concern on this show tonight is to be able to now determine who should be responsible for erecting these bombs or harms or breakers, as the case may be, and what about where does the authorization come from?
Those responsible for erecting rumble strips on roads that are high speed are the federal government, the state government, and the local government. Because we have federal roads, we have state roads, and we have local government roads. They are the one responsible. But what you are saying, I agree with you that our drivers do not obey the rules and regulations that governs movement on the highways. But the mere fact that they don't obey these rules does not imply that we should take the law into our hands and do whatever we like on the road. Unfortunately, some of the communities and institutions that construct these speed bumps have the tacit approval of the local
authorities. Now, you see, because you have specifications,
yes,
you have authorizations,
yes,
from the federal, state, and local government. And now, but we still have logs of wood, tree trunks, and large boulders, across the roads.
Yeah.
Well, there are communities who have actually experienced hit and run drivers who now come together and begin to erect this. Perhaps they have gotten permission from local government of that area to do that. Now, in all of this, who has the central control of this? Because a road may pass local government and yet belong to the federal government. Now, who now says, fine, we should be in charge, this should be here and this should not be there?
I agree with you entirely that communities have experienced losses, loss of lives as a result of accidents. And that's why they erect these bombs. But I want to tell you that at the last council meeting, the council meeting held in Kwara State in 2013, the federal government came together with the states, security agencies, and even the local government to set up communities, both at the federal, committees rather, both at the federal, at the state, and the local government, and even at the world level, to sensitize all our people that the speed bombs are not the answer to the experiences they have been having. But you see, you cannot just go there and remove it. You must replace it with something. But we are sensitizing the people that these speed bombs are not the correct way of reducing traffic or reducing accidents on our way. We have set up those committees already. We are talking with them. When you talk with them and they agree and they buy into it, we will now replace all these speed bumps with rumble strips.
When is that going to happen? Before you answer that, before you're going to, because you are still at the point, at the level of sensitizing the people. So implementation is yet to be established. But let's look at this now. Nigerians are also thinking of other ways of checking accidents or checking speed of vehicles. Could there be other ways of doing this apart from erecting speed bumps or humps, as the case may be?
Let me go into the first aspect first. You say it's no, the implementation has also commenced. Rumble strips are already being constructed all over federal roads. These things are done in phases, and it's a continuous process, and it's also a gradual process. It's not a one and for all exercise.
Okay.
We have started. This year again, we are going to construct other rumble strips across the Federation. Yes, you mentioned that whether there are other ways. The Federal Road Safety Commission is doing a lot in talking to our drivers, especially the commercial drivers, on how to observe and obey road signs. Because most times you find that a driver on a highway coming at a speed of 120 kilometers, he's approaching a school, he's approaching a town, and he doesn't want to reduce his speed. It also has to do with the attitude of drivers.
Now, another complaint by Nigerians is the fact actually that there are no enough signs to indicate that, look, you're approaching bumps or humps. There should be road signs that if you're, the moment you approach, even if you have not used that road before, you'll be able to see a sign that shows, look, up ahead, you're going to have some bumps. Why are they not on our roads? And I believe that should be provided by Minister of Works and Housing.
I agree with you, but you also agree with me that most of the speed bumps that are on our roads are illegal ones. If the rumble strips that are authorized by the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing, there are always road signs to tell you that you are approaching a rumble strip area, whereby you have to watch your speed, reduce your speed accordingly. But the ones that are built illegally, there are no signs there. Even the ones that we put signs, they are being vandalized by Nigerians, which is meant to safeguard their lives and properties. I will give you an example. For example, we have several complaints, especially from between Jos and Bauchi. Too many robbers, too many speed bumps, too many speed bumps. But we are collaborating.
But who erected such ones, especially in Bauchi?
That it's individual communities. We have even written to the state government.
On that?
Yes.
Okay.
No response.
No,
there's no response there, but we are making effort. Because The Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing have representatives in all states of the Federation. Okay. And we are carrying this thing even right down to the ward level. Okay. It's not just talking at the federal level and they're sitting there.
Well, thank you, Mr. Augustine Olowo-Neo.
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed for being part of the show tonight.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Augustine Olowo-Neo is Assistant Director, Highways Planning and Development in the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing. You're watching Weekend File. We'll be back very shortly.
Xiaomi M5 Plus with a 50-20 milliampere battery that lets you play for up to 3 days on a single charge. Xiaomi M5 Plus, always in power.
The Honorable Minister of Information cordially invite all stakeholders to the Commission's second NBC annual lecture. Theme: Broadcasting, Democracy and the Challenge of the New Nigeria. Guest speaker: Professor Tahiru Jega, former chairman INEC. Host: Ishak Modibo Kau, Director General NBC. Date: Wednesday, August 24th, 2016. Time: 10 a.m. Venue: Congress Hall, Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
And now it's time to take a quick look at weather prospects for tomorrow.
Hello, and you're welcome to the weather forecast from the stables of the Nigerian Meteorological Agency. There are prospects of morning thunderstorms to affect Sokoto, Yelwa, Guso, parts of Katsina, Kano, Jos, Bauchi, Yola, and Jalingo. We expect increased cloudiness over Owerri, Port Harcourt, Benin, and Warri, with chances of a drop or two of rain over this region. But the afternoon is where the bulk of our weather is expected, as there are chances of rain to affect the coastal cities, the inland areas of the south, thunderstorms over the high grounds of the central state, Mambila, Plateau, and much of the northern cities. Let's stand by for the temperature outlook.
And that's it for today. And before we go, a reminder that you can get all our stories and much more when you log on to our website, www.nta.ng. And that's how we are concluding tonight's edition of Weekend File. Let's do this again next Saturday. From all of us here, it's goodbye.